Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Charge Saber coming at you again with a very different style video. Now, this video is going to be a story time. It's a story time back when I was in high school. It was in ninth grade. Now, this is back when I first had my car, my very first car, got my license, and I felt like I was the hot shit. I was like, oh yeah, I was first friend in the friend group to get a car. So I was excited. And I had a job at the time. I was working at McDonald's, McDick's. Now, I texted my bro. I was like, yo, school's about to start tomorrow. You cool if I pick you up and we can smoke beforehand? Now, he doesn't really smoke like that back then. Like, back in ninth grade, I would say that's when I was really big on being a stoner. I had a bong with me all the time. It was a little rocket ship spaceman bong. And I would always at least have an ounce of weed. Now, Gage, on the other hand, he was innocent. At this time, he was innocent before he did any of that sort of shit. I got him into it. I smoked with him his very first time that same summer. And then the start of the school year was his second time ever doing it, me picking him up. And this was that day. So I was like, all right, bet, let me pick you up before school. We'll hang out and we'll smoke. He's like, all right, bet, I'm down. I was like, all right, cool, say less. So I ended up getting on the game, playing the game. I went to sleep. Next day rolls around. Now, when the next day rolls around, I text my bro. I was like, yo, bro, you up? He's like, yeah. So, all right, bet, I'll be there in a minute. I got to get ready. Sat there, I got ready, brushed my teeth, took a shower, ate breakfast, got in my car, left, got to his house. Now, his house, his parents were still home, so we couldn't smoke at his crib, which was fine. So we ended up leaving his place, going to like a little tiny secluded like park type ordeal. We ended up smoking there. We had about 6 to 8 bowls. And then as we were driving to the school, we were sitting there smoking more. Now, our school, it's a 2-story building, and we have about 8 security officers that roam our school, the high school, and they also would patrol the middle school that was right next to us too. And that will be important later on in the story time. But as we were sitting there chilling at this little secluded park, sitting there smoking, this cop, man, he rolls around the corner. I'm just staring at my buddy like, bro, are you fucking serious right now? Now, we had the windows cracked already, because we already had that thought. So we stopped hitting the bong. We hid the bong in my buddy's bag because he had more room in his bag, and he was already smoking it. So we just threw it in his bag. We hid it down on the floorboard, and we were sitting there just watching the cop. Now, this cop slowly creeping, bro, and I'm sitting there shitting myself like, fuck, bro. If we get caught, this is an OWI or some shit, whatever they call that. I don't want that on my record. They're going to take away my license. I literally just got my car and my license. I don't want that shit taken away. And my buddy here, he was also freaking out because he's like, bro, my parents are going to fucking kill me, which is true, bro. His parents, I love them to death. Don't get me wrong. He has amazing parents, and he's an amazing guy. All right. Coolest dude, best buddy of mine. But, bro, his parents were some cunts when they wanted to be, all right? And they would fuck Gage up for anything. Now, they were always cool to me, but when it came to Gage, oh my God, he got an ass beaten. But anyways, we were sitting there, cop passes us, he's just staring at us slowly, just giving us like a weird look, and we just gave it back. But he ended up passing, leaving. And that's when we were like, all right, bet, we should probably dip. So we ended up getting back in the car, headed to school, and as we got to the school, I was like, fuck it, let's smoke a little bit more. So we smoked a little bit, go inside the school, go to our lockers, put all of our stuff away, and then we go to class. Now, my first hour, it was pretty chill. I had history first hour, so I was sitting there, and we were doing, I was actually supposed to role play as the king in the guillotine, because my teacher I don't know if he liked me or hated me in that class, but he's like, you know what, Jaden, I got a surprise for you. But then that day, he ended up making me the king, but he put me in a guillotine to kill my ass. So I was like, damn, are you sending like shots here? But we did that. That ended up killing me. And I fucking got to start like chaos in the class. So that was pretty cool. I got to do all that. But we ended up finishing all that. Bell rang. I go to my locker again. I hit my dab pen. Put my dab pen back. Go up the second hour. Now, second hour, this is when shit starts to hit the fan. Now, this kid, we'll give him the name Alan. Now, Alan here, let me give you a backstory on this kid, right? Now, this kid was a fucking snitch. He was the teacher's pet. He would always sit next to the teacher. He was like that always nerdy type with the glasses. You can sit there, poke it up on his nose and shit like that. The kid was just full all around teacher's pet. Now, I was looking at him. He looked at me. And he just kept looking at me all hour, bro. I don't know why the fuck this dude was just staring, but he was staring hard. Now, it was about halfway through. The teacher left the class to go use the restroom or something. I don't really know. I didn't really care either. But she ended up leaving the class. And this kid comes walking up to me. He goes, Jaden, are you high right now? And I was like, no. Like, what? He's like, well, you look high. Like, you're acting high. I was like, no, I'm not high. Can you leave me alone? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Go sit down. He's like, oh, I'm telling the teacher that you just told. I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck, bro. Go sit down. Like, I don't care. Get the fuck out of my face. And he's like, all right, whatever, bro. You won't be saying that when the teacher's here, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever, bro. He ends up walking away, goes to his desk, sits down. Now, teacher comes back, and I see his fucking ass walk up to the teacher and sit there and whisper something to her. I'm assuming it was about me. Because after class, she pulls me aside and goes, Jaden, are you high right now? I was like, no. Like, and we'll call this teacher Miss Chamberlain. And I was like, Miss Chamberlain, I'm not high. Why would I come here high? Like, what? You can search me right now, and I'm not high. She's like, all right, what? I'll trust you because you don't really seem high. But he just says you seem high. He said that he's seen you smoke. And I was like, huh? That's impossible. That could never see me smoke. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? He only has this hour with me. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, all right, well, I'm going to believe you. All right. That's what she said, quote unquote. And I had a gut feeling. I was like, nah, I should probably ditch. So I go to the bathroom. I text my homeboy. I'm like, yo, bro, come to the bathroom real quick. Come hit the pen. He's like, all right. He comes to the bathroom. We're sitting there smoking a little bit. Bell rings to get everybody to class. I didn't give two fucks. He's like, bro, we should probably go to class. I was like, hang on. Let me pitch an idea. He's like, what do you got in mind? I was like, how about we leave? We go get Little Caesars for lunch right now. I mean, I know we're second lunch, but we could go for first, and we can go get some pizza. He's like, I don't know, bro. I just don't want to skip. And I was like, listen, we'll come back to school. We technically won't be ditching. We'll just be going to get lunch. He's like, all right, bet. So we end up leaving, going to the pizza place. Now, this is when shit also hit the fan too, because while we were sneaking out, we didn't think in our minds, oh, the school's going to recognize that we're gone. They're going to call our moms. We didn't think anything of it. So we got in my car, drove off to the Little Caesars, bought the pizza. We're sitting there eating it. Now, my mom ends up calling me. I pick up. I'm like, hey, Mom, what's up? She's like, why the fuck are you not in school? And I was like, what do you mean I'm at school? She's like, no, you're not. I was like, all right. I'm at the pizza place. I'm just getting pizza. I was going to go right back. She's like, well, you better finish your pizza right now and go there right now. I was like, all right, I will. And I hung up. And right as I hung up, bro, like maybe 5 minutes later, we are getting into my car. Gage's mom calls him. What the fuck are you doing? You're grounded. When you get home, I'm taking your phone. Who are you with right now? You're not allowed to hang out with them anymore, blah, blah. And then I said my name. I was like, it's me, Jaden. She's like, well, Jaden, you're not allowed to come over for a month. All right, you're grounded. And I was like, you're going to ground me? What? Like, you can't ground me. But she ended up grounding me from being able to see my bro for a whole month other than inside school, which in my opinion was kind of fucked up, but deserved at the time because I was the reason why he was ditching. But hey, he got free pizza, all right? That motherfucker got free pizza. What can I say? So we are, and he even told her, we're going back to school right now, all right? We're not really skipping. We're just going back. We just want food. It's like, all right, whatever. You better go, but you're still grounded. Hung up. And as we were sitting there driving to school, I had just like a gut feeling. I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to get searched, so I should probably, sorry, a little tired. I should probably go put away all of my weed shit at home because my house is already on the way to get to the school. So we stopped there. We drop all my weed stuff off, drive back to school, get there. And as I expected, bro, security guards were already there waiting for us. They took us into the principal's office. And the principal ended up asking us, like, yo, were you guys smoking? And I was like, no, I wasn't. He's like, well, are you cool if we search you in your car? I was like, yeah, go ahead. They search us. Obviously, I was already smart enough to paw away all my stuff. So when they searched us, they found nothing. We ended up going back to class, not getting caught. Still, do not do everything I did in this story time, all right, y'all? Because I was stressing the fuck out. I was freaking out. And somehow I got scot-free. That rest of the day went by pretty smooth. Went home. My mom ended up yelling at me. I had to clean, do the dishes because of it, which was fine. But my buddy now, he was fucked up for like 3 weeks. Not like a full month, but a good 3 weeks before me and him hung out again because of that whole ordeal. But like that being said, y'all, don't do anything I did in this story time. All right. Be logical as a kid. Don't be smoking weed. Make sure y'all get good grades. Go to school. Don't be driving stupid or high or drunk. None of that. Don't be going to parties. Focus on y'all's career.